It's been a while since I've done a video game review, and truth be told, I've been waiting for something special, something big, something elite. That's right, we're covering AEW Elite GM by Crystallized Games. This is a booking simulator, similar to the old WWE GM mode, or if you played it, 80s Mania Wrestling or Modern Mania Wrestling, as well as some other games like Total Extreme Warfare. This game features tons of AEW wrestlers, including Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, Dr. Britt Baker, and so many more. This game is broken up into several different modes. Career, which is strangely the tutorial section of the game. There's Challenge Mode, which tasks you with completing a goal and setting up some unique scenarios. There's Endless Sandbox, in which you can just freely book whatever you please. And the big addition, in my opinion, is multiplayer. Now, even though there are so many different game modes, they all kind of share the same game cycle. That is, you'll sign wrestlers, book 3 matches and 1 segment to promote said match, and you'll collect money, fans, and morale after each show. While there are a variety of match types, they're more just how you set how many participants are in the match, and there's no specialty match options per se, like say a ladder match, or a hardcore match, or a cage match. Most games of this type know that booking specialty matches is a very crucial crux of the game, where you potentially risk injuring your wrestlers in order to try and gain more fans and more money. Speaking of money, in this game I've noticed that money is very, very tight in terms of in-game cash, especially when you start off. And considering the price to sign wrestlers, it's very, very easy to overspend and not even be able to book any matches on the show for the night. So every week or every card that you spend promoting is trying to find the most bang for your buck. Do you want to spend $30,000 on a superstar with tons of popularity, or do you want to try and risk it with a superstar who's only got a lower end of popularity but costs much less? Your wrestlers, when they're paired off, are judged by 4 different categories. Their popularity, which will, of course, determine how popular they are. Their strength, which determines how likely they are to win a match. Speed, which actually gives a boost to popularity. And then endurance, which which determines how long your wrestlers can go without injury. Unlike other games of this type, you don't have direct control of who wins and who loses, but you can actually help influence some decisions with what they call gimmicks, like things like steel chairs, or tables, or barbed wire bats, and whatnot. You can earn gimmicks in certain areas of the game, but in order to get more to have in your stockpile, you'll have to exchange tickets, this game's form of currency, to trade for random loot boxes of these gimmicks too, which will again enhance a particular wrestler's chances of winning. But even with an enhancement, it's not always guaranteed that somebody will win. Matches themselves are done by displaying these drawn caricatures of the actual AEW wrestlers. You'll see them doing battle in 1 or 2 frames of animation. While I do appreciate the bright colors and the attention they gave to things like the arena sets, the rings, I kind of wish there were actually more frames. I think it would have been cool to see your performers go out there and actually swing when they're throwing a punch, or to step back when they get hit. It really would have helped this game stand out against similar competition. As it is, the action inside the game reminds me of kind of like when you were a kid and you used to just bash your toys together when they were having a fight. But the thing that does help this game really stand out is the addition of multiplayer. Multiplayer games are one-on-one, where you and an opponent will have a set amount of in-game cash to sign wrestlers and produce the best programs you can for 4 in-game weeks. That's 4 individual match cards. At the end of every card, you'll be granted things like money, fans, and morale in the locker room based on how you performed this week as a booker. In order to win a multiplayer match, you need to win 2 of the 3 categories at the end of the 4 weeks. As it stands in this update of the game, I would say it's a good strategy game, as every matchup always makes you think if this is going to be what's going to give you the most return for your investment. However, I will say the game does have some issues with depth, I would say. Specifically, customization options. You can't really set any of your wrestlers to be a face or a heel, a good guy or a bad guy, basically. You can't change their characters, and there's no feuds or storylines that you can add into to spice up your rivalries or your matches. Excuse me. I also feel that there are other games that have a little more charm than this one, specifically 80s Mania Wrestling. That game just has the nostalgia factor and all these cheesy rip-off gimmicks that I absolutely loved. As it stands right now, I would recommend this game for anybody who is a die-hard AEW fan, or for anyone who enjoys a good strategy game. I can't really recommend it though for fans who really like the idea of customizing or being really creative with storylines or switching up who's playing what role in terms of being a good guy or a bad guy. So, as it is, I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. This could change in the future with updates. They could add things that I'm sure would be awesome to add to this game, like match types and the ability to set storylines and really promote them like that. But I can only judge the game based on what it is right now. And as it stands, I would say that it's good, but not great. Let me know if you guys agree with my analysis of this game in the comments. Make sure to hit the bell so that the next time I drop one of these, you guys will be notified. Till then, this is Showster saying, have an awesome and elite day.